Coffee Hour. Welcome to Coffee with our morning host. We broadcast a host of programs like current topics, newspaper headlines, and music on Radio Sri Lanka. Tune in every weekday from 7 to 8 a.m.
7 o'clock. Good morning and a warm welcome to the program, everybody. It's Coffee Hour, and we're going to talk about a very important topic. That's biochemistry of aging and anti-aging strategies, skin lightening, and the dangerous aspects of it. So, Professor Nimal Punyasiri, a very good morning to you and a warm welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning.
Well, Professor Nimal Punyasiri is the chair and a professor of biochemistry at the Institute of Biochemistry, Molecular Biology and Biotechnology at the University of Colombo, Sri Lanka. Well, let me start off this way. Well, being a professor in biochemistry, what's your connection with cosmetics?
Actually, before joining the university, I have been working at Sri Lanka's largest herbal cosmetic company as the director of research. And during that period, I have learned the theory and practice of this cosmetic science.
Thank you, Professor. Well, talking about aging, it's certainly not an option for anyone. So let's talk about aging and its implications.
Okay. So when you're very young, your skin looks very supple and very pleasing to watch and observe your skin. This is due to the presence of, there are several groups of compound chemical constituents found in your skin. They are namely collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. So they are present very nicely, giving something known as extracellular matrix to your skin. So it is all around your skin surface, giving a nice elastic type of skin texture, having a very pleasing type of product in your body.
Right. Thank you, Professor. So, the cosmetics industry is growing day by day, and we see the growing numbers of anti-aging products being advertised as well. So, what exactly are anti-aging cosmetics, and also what is the best natural or synthetic cosmetic products?
So, first I will define for the benefit of all our listeners what is aging. And then I will come to anti-aging. Actually, okay. Aging is those constituents of the skin I have mentioned. So that is main components of the skin biochemistry. That means collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid. Some are carbohydrates, some are proteins. So they provide, as I have explained previously, very good looking skin, young looking skin. Like our announcer in front of me.
Oh my God.
So, it will be really nice to know. And then what will happen? So, when you are young, it is nicely stays without any degradation. But, chronological aging, when you are aging, this everything become disorganized. How? There are 3 nasty enzymes acting on those compounds, which are known as substrate. That's somewhere in the basic principle in the enzymology or the enzyme. There's a substrate to act, and there's an enzyme. So enzyme will convert to a product. So what will happen is your elastin in your skin is converted to and disorganized by an enzyme called elastase. Then it is highly dearranged. When it comes to collagen, that also being dearranged by the enzyme collagenase. And then when it comes to hyaluronic acid, in the similar manner, that also degraded by an enzyme called hyaluronidase. So that is aging. So if you take a cross-section and a microscopic view of the skin and compare young and old skin, you will be able to observe this difference, this remarkable difference. You can get maybe from about 15 years to 25, like that. Every 10 years, if you take a sample of the skin and go right up to the 80 or 90, you can see this remarkable enzyme activity degrading your skin. So that is the reason for these wrinkles, folds, and many things you see when you are getting older and older, and which makes you very unhappy in front of a mirror.
Right. Thank you, Professor, on that. And also about the natural or synthetic cosmetic products,
Yes.
which we talk about.
Yeah. I'm going to now touch upon the anti-aging aspects.
Yes.
So it is very clear, crystal clear to you, if you can stop or inhibit, you can completely stop them, the enzyme reaction, you can control them, you can regulate them. That is the correct word, regulation of the enzyme. Mm-hmm. If you can control the enzyme activities, you can have your skin looks really good even if you are very old. Because those skin constituents, 3 skin constituents I have mentioned several times, are the most critical things to have in your skin. So if the skins are degrading fast, it is aging. But the term anti-aging is used if you can prevent those enzyme action. This is one aspect. There are several other aspects, dermatological aspects. As a biochemist and a cosmetic scientist, I can speak on this biochemistry part. So, here if anybody is developing an anti-aging product, the product should be actively control the enzyme inhibition. That means namely collagenase, elastase, and hyaluronidase. If you can inhibit those enzymes by any synthetic means or natural means. Synthetic means you have to have a very safe, regulatory body approved, usually FDA, Food and Drug Administration, in Sri Lanka National Medicines Regulatory Authority. Those ingredients, you can't use any toxic compound to the skin. Everything should be 100% safe. So, to answer the other question, the natural ways of anti-aging compound, there also you have to have very safe plant extract. Even the plant extract, some are not very safe. You might think it's a plant, is very safe. There are toxic compounds. So those things also should be screened. Then beforehand, there are some in vitro testing. That means laboratory testing in glass. The in vitro means testing in the test tubes. So you have to do assess, confirming the inhibitory property of your plant extract before being incorporated to your cosmetic cream or the lotion or any other under-eye cream or any other product. For that, you have to do those 3 enzyme assays that I have mentioned, collagenase, elastase, and hyaluronidase. There are several assays available which you can do, little bit expensive assays, but we are able to do even in my university laboratory. I will be able to perform these 3 assays and confirm and identify anti-aging natural products.
Thank you, Professor, for that detailed explanation. Well, you're with Radio Sri Lanka. It's 7:27 and you're with Coffee Hour, and we are talking about biochemistry of aging and anti-aging strategies, and also skin lightening and the dangerous aspects of it. And we have Professor Nimal Punyasiri here with us in the studio. So, shifting the focus now from anti-aging to skin color, what is the biochemistry behind human skin color or complexion? Professor.
That is a very interesting question. If you go across the world, starting from the West, where you have very fair skin, and right up to the African continent, there are also starting from brownish to very black, almost tar black complexion is available. All this color is represented by a remarkable compound called melanin. Even melanin has several subgroups. Mm-hmm. So that is a very intricate biochemistry. So melanin decides, the level of melanin decides the degree of your skin color. For example, if you are very dark, you have more melanin. If you are fair, you have less melanin. That is also compensated by naturally where you live, because there's a great association between melanin and sunlight. The harmful rays of the sunlight, like UV light, is screened out and you are well protected by the melanin. So African countries, our area, Asian countries, we have a lot of sunshine. Whereas in the West, it is almost 6 months without the sunlight. Countries like Finland, Norway, they don't have a sunlight all throughout the year. So they have naturally adapted to the less melanin. No harm for them because temperature also very much lower. So they are well tolerated by the melanin levels they have inherited genetically.
Yeah. Well, Professor, I also read that talking about evolution, darker skin had evolved in order to afford the early humans who had lost the cover of fur to protect under the tropical sun. Is that
That is
correct?
absolutely right.
Right. So, what is responsible for such diversity of human skin color globally? So I think you covered that as well.
Yeah.
And talking about, today many opt for instant whitening creams, etc., to lighten their skin, and results can be achieved within just a few days or weeks. And what is skin lightening? So let's talk about skin lightening.
Yes, skin lightening has become a multi-million-dollar business because our ladies are not happy with what they are born with.
Exactly.
We don't believe Chinese people are have a very light skin. Even they are looking for skin lightening product. You can imagine and accept the fact that our ladies as well as African ladies are looking for skin lightening products. Is very justifiable. They want to look pleasant. So without using the skin whitening, I would like to use the word skin lightening or the brightening. So that is much better. So similar to the enzymology we have discussed on the anti-aging, there are also very important enzymes involved. If you take the melanin is biosynthesized. The meaning of the term biosynthesis is it is biologically taking place and they made it inside the body. Those things are known as biosynthesis or biosynthetic pathways. So if you take the melanin as an example, melanin also has a very intricate, complex biosynthetic pathway in our body, mainly on the skin. They are synthesized in a place called melanocytes under your skin and they come up to your surface. So how this pathway is taking place is there are several series of compounds and the most important enzyme is tyrosinase. That is an amino acid tyrosine starting point and tyrosinase enzyme involved in the two places of the pathway. So if you can slow down the activity of the tyrosinase enzyme, you will be able to have a lighter skin. You can completely stop the melanin, but it will be a great disadvantage that I will discuss. So if you can inhibit, so we call it anti-tyrosinase enzyme activity, anti-tyrosinase. So any synthetic product or any natural product can do this. So it could be taken as a skin lightening, enhancing compound, either natural or synthetic. Remember that, like in the previous example of anti-aging, these things has to be 100% safe because it's like actually cosmetic is like a medicine because you are applying to your human body. If you take your skin structure, your skin is directly connected to the nervous system as well as your blood circulatory system. So it could even travel to your brain, even to the placenta if you are pregnant, a pregnant lady.
So, well, that's the not so white side of whitening creams, cosmetics, I guess. So, well, back in the day, ladies opted for different types of herbal products to achieve a fair complexion. Could you suggest some natural remedies to lighten or brighten the skin tone, Professor?
There are some Sri Lankan natural plants available where they have been already incorporated to the many Sri Lankan brands. I can mention one product, that is the stamens of this lotus flower, Nelum, Renu.
That's right.
That is, stamens are known in singular Renu. So you take the extract of Renu, it has a very good tyrosinase inhibition activity. So that has been practiced now, even in India they are using. So if, like in the previous case, if somebody is suspecting this plant extract, flower extract or stamen extract is a very powerful skin lightening agent, you can do that assay, in vitro assay, and you can prove that this compound, natural extract or the compound, has the anti-tyrosinase activity. Then you can incorporate into a cosmetic and use it, but it has to be skin friendly, safe.
Thank you, Professor. And I'm sure there are synthetic safe methods as well to lighten the skin. So what do you recommend?
Actually, in the past and even in the present time, in addition to the natural counterparts giving the skin lightening activity, there are very safe synthetic compounds like vitamins, namely niacinamide, then ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is another name for vitamin C. So ascorbic acid, not as ascorbic acid, it has to be something known as derivatized. It has to be changed to other compound, then it will be stable. Usually ascorbic acid is not very stable.
It's vitamin C.
Yeah, vitamin C. Yeah. So you have to change it to some other stable compound. So those are very safe skin lightening compound. So those are also being incorporated into many cosmetics products. If you take this very safe, very good brands of skin lightening creams or lotions, you will be able to find these names: niacinamide, then ascorbic acid, and many other things. So you can have both side by side, both natural extracts as well as very good synthetic ones, safe, 100% safe on your skin. And there are many other synthetic compounds developed by them, by the industry. There are a whole lot of big industry all over the world making the cosmetic ingredients. So having available to the cosmetic producers, they can do a wide range of many new products.
Yes, Professor. Now, I guess there is a percentage of that particular ingredients which are included in these products. So,
usually there's an international rule where you have to mention all the ingredients that is added to your product. That is a must. So usually it is starting with the highest concentration. Usually you see a name aqua. That is water. Most of these products has a certain percentage of water. Sometimes as high as 70% water. There are some ways and means to mix oil and water using a thing called emulsifier, where you can nicely get oil and water miscible or mixed together. So in the ingredient list, even the fragrance, the nice smell you get in a cosmetic product or perfume is due to something known as a fragrance. Those fragrance also has to be given. There are something known as allergens. This word you are familiar with. Some people are allergic to some compound. So fragrance sometimes coming from the natural sources or synthetic sources. So you have to mention the allergens found in your fragrance product in the list. In the final ingredient, the final area of the ingredient list, you might find some names, and the word parfum, that stands for perfume, parfum, and some compound names. Those are meant for the fragrances. So everything has to be safely mentioned, so people have a good idea. Even if you get some problem, you will be able to have an idea that you are allergic to that compound. You can immediately consult your dermatologist or other medical specialist to get your problem solved.
So most of these products have no indication about the content or even the home country, I guess. So let's talk about the harmful effect or the dangers of using these products.
Yes, that's a very good question. You have to have a concern without any ingredient or anything. When you take a cosmetic pack, bottle or the cardboard box or any other device where they are mentioned a cosmetic cream or lotion, first you have to check who is the manufacturer. If it is a local product, the manufacturer, then the distributor, and the contact details. Usually, in any country, including Sri Lanka, the Sri Lankan products, they have a contact telephone number. So if there's anything happen to you, so accidental things could happen. Sometimes the children take these things. If the parent do not keep this safely, there's some incident. When I was in that cosmetic company, one child has eaten some cream. So they immediately contact the company. So they have given the message to the doctor, it is safe, the compounds are okay. Only he might get little diarrhea due to this compound. So that type of thing is very important. You have to look for the telephone number and the contact number. And on the other hand, the most dangerous thing is if it is an imported product, the name of the importer and his contact details should be there. The most of this illegal product, no one knows where they come from, right? There are some foreign letters written. I will mention in the next question. So the most importantly, as I mentioned, I repeat it, you have to check the label very carefully. Even before looking into the ingredients, you have to check whether it is a legal product. If it is a legal product, there should be the name of the distributor, if it is an imported product, and who is importing to the country, and a contact details.
Well, moving on to the legal aspect of it, as you rightly mentioned, most of these products are brought in illegally, and on most occasions, customs is unable to confiscate these products as well. So, could you tell us about the illegal aspects of it, Professor?
Yes. I will add illegal and dangerous aspects. Because if we don't know what is in the cosmetic product, you are in real danger.
Exactly.
So about almost 12 years ago, I have observed some strange kind of products in the market with some Urdu letters, Urdu language. I just checked what is this. And then I had a suspicion about this product. There is no distributor. There is no importer. Just people are selling. When I inquired from the shopkeepers, they are also not aware of, they are not disclosing. So we took some samples. For that, actually, there's a association called Cosmetic Manufacturers Association of Sri Lanka, comprises of 100% Sri Lankan cosmetic manufacturers. They also help in this exercise because analyzing the compound is very expensive. So we got them analyzed in a state institution for heavy metals. Because I have read and heard about this adding mercury, very toxic element, to cosmetics. I will discuss it further later. So we found enormous amount of mercury in this product. Usually, according to the Sri Lankan Standard Institution regulation, you can have only 1 milligram per kilogram. That is the unit. And it is equivalent to other unit called parts per million. 1 milligram per kilogram. That is not, you are not allowed to add. It could come from natural sources. Water source used for the cosmetic manufacture, some plant sources. Okay. So then we found the final product, 55,000 milligram per kilogram or parts per million mercury. You can see how dangerous it is. So what mercury does is, it could completely take away your melanin because it can have burning effect. The mercury could, so you are fairer within very short time. But the dangerous associated with is very, very fatal.
So, Professor, fairness is a result of mercury, and the standard is 1 milligram per kilogram. Is it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's interesting indeed. So let's move on with more questions after listening to another beautiful song, and we'll come back with more interesting facts. Well, we are with Coffee Hour right here on Radio Sri Lanka, and the time has moved on to 7:47. And we are discussing a very important topic, that's biochemistry of aging and anti-aging strategies and skin lightening and the dangerous aspects of it. And well, Professor, apart from what we spoke, anything else you want to share with the listeners? Before that, let me ask you about, well, considering the risks to human health of these harmful products. What has been done to control it, Professor? I've heard about a gazette issued on that as well. So let's discuss the controls to prevent all these harmful effects from happening.
Yes, after that incident I mentioned, so we got the sample analyzed. We have observed the enormous high amount of mercury. Once you do the heavy metals, there are 4 heavy metals. Out of that, mercury is very dangerous. So we immediately consulted the Consumer Affairs Authority, and they themselves took their agents and did the sampling across the, mainly the Colombo city first, and they got them analyzed from the state laboratory that I have mentioned. And they were seeing the sky because the values are enormously high. Oh, there's a cream called some other product, I will not mention the names. They have found 55,000 milligram per kilogram, as I mentioned previously. So after that, they were very alert, and they went to some shops, raided, and some were punished by the court. But still, I see, very unfortunately, these products are available in the market. We did about 12 years ago, with the help of that Sri Lankan association. They even printed a booklet and distributed all around the country. They spent more than 1 million rupees, all this as a CSR activity. But unfortunately, still the girls are being affected. But this was banned in many other countries, United States, United Kingdom. Several years ago, the same brands are still available in Sri Lanka. So you have to be extremely careful when you want to become fairer.
Yes, thank you, Professor. And the final message.
I would like to tell all the ladies, even maybe some men who want to be fairer, check your product extremely carefully, the label. If it is a local product, list of ingredients, the producer, and the telephone contact, all the contact details. If it is a foreign product, you have to have the importer name, distributor, and contact detail. If it is not there, don't touch. Okay, good luck.
Thank you very much, Professor Nimal, for that enlightening, and also thank you for shedding light on the cosmetic industry and what we should actually look for when purchasing these products. So thank you very much for giving us your time, and also thanks for all those insights. And we at Radio Sri Lanka, along with our producer, Mrs. Indira Navagamua, thank you very much for coming here today, and I wish you all the very best. So, ladies and gentlemen, we were in conversation with Professor Nimal Punyasiri, Chair and Professor of Biochemistry at the Colombo University, on Coffee Hour this morning. So, until next time, this is Geethanja Ramanayakas signing off.
The Coffee Hour. Welcome to Coffee with our morning host. We broadcast a host of programs like current topics, newspaper headlines, and music on Radio Sri Lanka. Tune in every weekday from 7 to 8 a.m.